to Spyker and Bagel for our other losers quarters.
Yeah, it's been 4 out of 5 3-0s so far. And I mean, this matchup in particular, this previously was, Edalus, one of the best matchups in the game. Edalus just destroyed Forsburn over and over and over again. But Forsburn's got a few buffs over the years, a few more recovery mix-ups, some more stage power. Like, it's not quite the 70-30 it once was.
Yeah, they changed so much about about how Forsburn is weak and where you need to attack him by just natively giving the character more mix-ups. On top of a couple of unfortunate nerfs on the part of Edalus' side, like it pivoted how well Bagel was able to attack those weaknesses in the first place.
And the nice thing about this matchup is that both their strongs just randomly drop.
Feels good.
Oh, I guess the threat of the icicles there made Spyker pull back a little bit and drifts away from the wall. So first stock going to Bagel.
That's certainly tough. Bagel, quite experienced in just about everything when it comes to how Edalus operates, but the neutral tech, the DI in on the up air to neutral tech and follow up. Super clean stuff from Spyker, but no skin off Bagel's nose. They're just instantly able to reset the same positioning and using that big body to cover not only the clone, but Spyker himself.
Yeah, I mean, Spyker was going for something fancy off stage, teleporting to smoke, something like that, but no, not allowed. Bagel 2 stocks up with armor locked, waits out the parry, full control here in this first game. I mean, it's been nothing but 3-0s, but the way Bagel's playing right now, it's looking like we're gonna get another one.
Sometimes you just gotta let him cook. Trying to get a little bit aggressive, but in turn Spyker gave up the fact that he wasn't a clone, allowing Bagel just to cook immediately. 165, but no armor. And we saw this in the last set that Spyker played against Cheesy. Sometimes Spyker just finds himself in these positions where you're looking for a raw hit that'll close out a stock, and you can only throw a back air so many times.
Yeah, I mean, I want to see Spyker start trying to go for combust setups, because Forsburn has up air fair combust, down air combust, weak bear combust. There's a lot you can do with that, but it seems like Spyker's kind of intent on getting these aerial setups, which when you're fighting a character like Edalus who can live for so long and has a lot of horizontal mobility, you gotta dig deeper in the pockets.
And that kind of X factor is certainly always going to be appreciated in a matchup like this, especially given how often Bagel has just been forcing Spyker into these terrible positions. Like it won't be true combos. It'll just be positional pressure and corner offense, and Bagel will net like 120 out of it.
Oh,
there's
and
the stock.
Good tech call out from Bagel down B onto the platform. Like, he's been on point with those ult, and I do understand the stage pick from Spyker. I think like Gates is just a good Edalus stage in general. You want to give Edalus less space to work with, but the downside is that if Edalus does get a hit on a stage this small, he's getting a lot out of it. You're basically immediately off stage.
Yeah, the stage, the ability to force Spyker off of his spot into a bad position just becomes so much more frequent on a small stage like this. Oh, there's that. Never mind.
And I will say, one of the other things Bagel's done really well recently is improved his recovery mix-ups significantly. Because Edalus has generally been the character where it's like, you get him off stage, you just kind of gimp him, and that's it. But Bagel has a lot of mix-ups that he's been working on, and it's coming into full effect, even on a short stage like this. Like, even if you get Bagel off stage, it's still pretty tricky to actually get the edge guard. Oh, aggressive air dodge off stage. Spyker at the wall. Oh, I mean, I got mixed up there. I thought that was the clone, but no, Spyker makes it back on. Gets an opening. The high blast on a treetop is going to mean he survives, but you are one read away from this being a 2-0, and there's the Dacus from Bagel closing out game number 2.
Finding that early inside hit of the dash attack to make sure that you're positioned just right enough for the up strong and you're not going to fall out of it. I do like a couple of the mix-ups at the end Spyker was going for, not being immediately aggressive off stage. Let the clone actually have a little bit more value in as a recovery mix-up. You're feinting whether or not who is the clone, but it always just seems like Spyker wants that hit and wants to force Bagel into those bad, like lather, rinse, repeat edge guarding situations, and not actually taking his time to respect the ice on the floor or the forward air armor, or just the amount of movement or the activity of some of these hitboxes.
It's also really interesting that Spyker goes here because this is traditionally a really good Edalus stage as well, but I think Spyker just wants to make use of, ground movement and plat drops as much as possible. And for the first stock, it's actually working out really well for him. But it's really interesting to see because this is somewhere that like most people just permaban this versus Edalus because Edalus has a massive stage to work with, can get so much ice down, can control so much space, but not been the case here. Spyker just kind of doesn't care. Says, all right, you want to put ice down? I'm going to go on these platforms and mix up how I land. Almost survives the up strong as well, and so that top blast zone may be another factor why he went here.
Well, the extension off of that forward air onto the plat down tilt down air, a ton of good damage and a really clean combo, but Bagel takes it on the chin and deals it back tenfold. Looking for the stock here, a good delay on the part of Spyker to not get hit by the armor setup, but you're still in the same position that you've been struggling with all set.
Yep, and the freeze, do you get the read? Yes, you do. Dash forward, turn around, forward strong. And this is, again, looking like we might have another 3-0. Spyker's got to turn it on right now. This is a loser side. You lose this, you are out of the tournament. But Bagel, I mean, look at just all of these single hits, everything coming into full effect here. The reverse fair to armor back onto stage. I mean, it's not stopping.
This keeps going, but getting the baby dash jabs, trying to make it something happen here with Spyker, knowing he needs to try and turn on the gas in this final game, final stock. 140, not trying to fall victim to the arthritis.
And it's like, you gotta combust. You gotta find something, because like these, sure, you get a raw up strong, but you're at 95 and you can't bank on that. You can't bank on just getting that random hit, because look at that forward air, one more of those and you're gone.
You were gone before that forward air.
You were way past gone. You were teleported to another dimension. I was